Big Polly's World of Sports Sims proudly presents Week 9 in Year 4 of Grand Slam Wrestling, and tonight's matchup, Dory Funk Jr. against Mr. Wrestling number 2 in the brand new Atlanta circuit. And hello, everybody. Big Polly coming to you this 24th day of February 2021 as I record this. Well, as I was saying, we are debuting this Atlanta circuit. We understand Paul Ellering, manager of the Road Warriors, made a little money off of GameStop stock, and they have invested in a brand new circuit. When we're going to see circuits come and go in GSW, I roll a 1 in 100 chance for each circuit, and if I roll a 1, there's a merger, and if I roll a 100, it's a fold. In other words, the circuit in question has folded, and you will see new territories pop up from time to time, and that's exactly what happened here with this Atlanta circuit. We have a brand new whole bunch of talent making their debuts. The way you can make a debut in GSW is to have passed away, unfortunately. The most recent case of that was in the past couple of days we learned of the passing of Don Serrano, who was a regular in the Tampa circuit and a journeyman all over the country and from his native home of Puerto Rico. Probably competed there too. I am guessing without looking here. Another way you could enter into GSW is if you're not already in GSW, that you have been entered in the Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame. And we'll have a whole bunch of talent in the next few weeks coming in from being Wrestling Observer nominee. And a way to compete in singles, or a way to compete in tags, is to be in GSW. Another way you could debut is if you are part of a tag team, like say Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden just began competing in St. Louis, so they have entered into different territories. Fuller is in one territory that I can't think of right now, but Jimmy Golden debuted in Atlanta tonight in this card, and we'll show you that in just a moment. And for this first quarter only of 2021, year 4, as I call it, because we have so many people coming in through being in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, is the talent. The circuit can pick somebody to debut, and that was the case with Ronnie Garvin, who debuted tonight. But let's first show you the champions roll call. It has not changed since the last episode that I had for you. When Dory Funk Jr. and Jim Lundos had their battle with Dory Funk Jr. Maintaining the championship. Dory Funk Sr. will be coming to GSW soon, one of the many that will be included in the next few weeks. And there is your list. It has not changed since our last time we got together. And there I am, by the way. Didn't mean to be on camera again, but let's tell you about what has happened in the card in Atlanta tonight. We had in the opening card Sergeant Jacques Goulet face Bob Sapp, and I hope Goulet didn't buy any property because he's already on his way out. A minute 32 was all Bob Sapp needed, the Japanese star, who also competed in mixed martial arts, had a very legendary fight, kind of like a George Foreman Ron Weil fight with Ernesto Hoost that was replay worthy of watching on ESPN a few years ago. So Sapp by a pin in 132, he stays, and Goulet has a very strong chance of going. We had two debuts in the second bout. Ronnie Garvin against Kamala. Kamala coming to us posthumously for passing away since GSW had started in December of 2017. It was Garvin by DQ. Kerry Hart, the manager of Kamala, interfered, so Garvin picks up a couple of points for that. Barry Windham, who is now a fan favorite in Atlanta, he beat Jimmy Golden 7:02 of a sucker punch, so Golden will be going elsewhere, again, in all likelihood. We had the Sharp Brothers, Wrestling Observer nominees. They lost by DQ to the Rock and Roll Express. Gary Hart interfered in that bout, looking like he will manage the Sharps in future endeavors in Atlanta. Don Leo Jonathan with a nice debut. He beat Bill Goldberg 23:08 with a giant swing, and he'll pick up a nice little Prize of rankings points for that, 6 points. Normally for a win you pick up 4, but if you beat somebody 20 points ahead of you, then you pick up 2 bonus points for every. You pick up 2 points for that, 1 point for every 10 points. So Don Leo has big things planned for his tenure here in GSW. In the Belle of the Brawl Group 4 final, Holly Molly advanced, and she will face, not he, my goodness, Bull Meccano in the round of 16 in Tunica, Mississippi, as Molly Holly had relative ease with Rockin' Robin, who herself was a former GSW Women's Champ in the earlier days of GSW. Pardon me, I just had to cough there for a moment. Andre the Giant and Ole Anderson went at it in the semi-main event. It went 36-39, if you could believe that, and Don Jonathan nailed Andre with the timekeeper's bell to break up that battle, and Andre wants a piece of Don Leo, and Don Leo wants a piece of Andre, and in 5 weeks' time, when we kick off the second quarter of GSW action, that may happen. And that brings us to our main event, the World Heavyweight title match between Dory Funk Jr. and Mr. Wrestling number 2. Junior and 2, as I will try to refer to him. And Vogue likes Dory Funk Jr., and I cannot blame him. He has been on a roll since beating Jim Lundos in Houston a couple of weeks ago for the World's Championship, and he has made so far 2 successful defenses, one against Hiroyoshi Tenzan, and then survived the rematch with Jim Lundos. And we hear with Grapplefest 4 coming along that we could have a match between Jim Lundos and the current World Junior Heavyweight Champion Jerry Lawler. So this would be the first time 2 former world champions have met at all. Not needless to say in GSW history, and needless to say for another championship. And we will have all of Grapplefest 4 for you in a few weeks. The bell has sounded and the match is underway. Wrestling 2 with the headlock to kick things off. Throat chop by 2. Some of you may know him as Johnny Walker, who in the 70s, before he donned the mask, was a competitive grappler, wrestled in the Florida circuit, had some battles with Buddy Colt that are on YouTube, a kick by 2, and he's off to a good start, 16 points off of the stamina and the damage for Junior. Pinhold, can he get him this early? No. Auto control loss, no action. 2's had a pretty good record in GSW, so he's capable of pulling off the upset. And in GSW, you do not have to reveal your identity, which was an old NWA rule, upon winning the championship. He did that that was a great angle with Midnight Rider, the Midnight Rider beating Ric Flair once in the 80s in Florida. And Bob Geigel, who was then the commissioner of the NWA, said, "Take off your mask, let's see who you really are," or drop the title. And the Midnight Rider decided, "I'm going to drop my title because everybody knows I'm Dusty Rhodes." Anyway, we go on with the match. A legal forearm shot by Funk is countered, and like I said, 2 is off to a good start. Body slam misses and countered. Leg hold by Dory Funk Jr. 2's got to win the title. Funk does not have to win anything. Body slam. No action. Body slam by 2. And didn't get the 3 there. So Funk has taken a little damage. He's closing in on his next stamina level. 37-4, which is, that when that second number is 4, it's pretty good. Auto control loss. No action. Auto control loss. Guy's got medium stamina. He's a 5 in that last number, but some guys who could get blown up early, like say Bill Goldberg in our match with Don Leo Jonathan, he has a 6 in that last number, meaning the pin ratings go up 4 points every time he loses a stamina level. And slow goings right now. Whip to the ropes by 2. No pin. Leg hold. Submission move. No submission. Kick by 2, who is now up -14 to -48. Legal leg hold by the champ, a body slam by the champ. Forearm countered by two. Two seemed to know that was coming even with the mask on. Disqualified check. Possible DQ stop. The body slam by the champ. Kick to the head of Dory Funk Jr., a mule kick. Staggers Funk a little bit, and he loses 5 more points. Legal speed move by the champion. Junior now closing in, no action. And we are now a little more than 11 minutes gone by in this World Championship match. One fall, 60-minute time limit. I tend to like the one fall matches myself. Legal forearm by the champ. And jumping from the ring apron was Mr. Wrestling 2. And Junior has been nailed on the arena floor. That's another 10-point hit. Legal chop by 2. Countered by 2, the second attempt at a legal chop. And Junior with a leg hold. Battle to see who will lose the first stamina level here. Forearm, no pin. Specialty move, $1 million knee, but that's not going to get it done. His third pin rating is a 1, meaning if it count got to 2, he'd have a 1 in 40 chance of getting the 3. Fan interaction. Crowd slowly works its way into a frenzy and starts getting louder and louder. Mr. Wrestling 2 gets caught up and he gains 15 points. For this, at 7:32 in the evening here on February 24th, 2021. This match taking place in week 9 of year 4, as I like to call it, which I borrowed from the book about the Universal Baseball Association and J. Henry Waugh. Legal throw by Funk Jr. countered. $1 million knee countered. Legal elbow by the champ. It's an 8-point stamina loss. And by the way, Dory Funk Jr. did drop a stamina level. Illegal punches by 2, and that's 5 more points down. I don't think 2 has lost the stamina level yet, and with the stamina boost he took from the crowd interaction, he's a little farther away from that goal, or the reverse of a goal. That fate, I guess you could say. A kick by 2, that's 6 points. Arm hold by 2, and right now it's minus 43 for 2 and 109 off for Junior. Bridge suplex, no pin. Auto control loss back to 2 with a legal whip to the ropes. As we have now reached the 20-minute mark of this bout, 40 minutes left to go. Legal chop by 2. Oh, almost a fall there, as that third count was 4. 2-7-4. Play that on your Pick 3 lottery wherever you are in the United States. And no pin there on a pin hold attempt. Legal turnbuckle move, no pin. $1 million knee, that was countered. That's about the third time 2 has gone for that. And Junior getting into a slugfest with 2 on the ring apron. And Mr. Wrestling 2, and now he has lost the stamina level with the legal arm hold by Dory. Disqualified check. Suplex attempt, or the suplex, as a famous announcer from these parts would say. Strategy card used. Kick below the belt. No pin. Legal chop. Suplex attempt. That's the 8th pin attempt so far for 2, and the champion Junior has 5 right now. So it's been an action-packed first 30 minutes of this bout. And 2 has had the upper hand so far all the way through. Legal forearm. That does not result in a pin. Pin hold countered by Junior. Spinning toe hold, but you're not going to get 2 on a submission. At least this early. Funk Jr. nails Wrestling 2 as he tries to re-enter the ring, knocking him back to the arena floor. Submission move, and then, like I said, you're not going to get 2 on a submission. Side headlock, and we're now at the halfway mark of this World Championship match. 30:28 gone by. Legal forearm. illegal choking. And Funk now seems to have turned the tide as he is almost got 2 down a stamina level. A legal throw, and now 2 has lost 2 stamina levels in a row. Actually, Funk Jr. has also lost a stamina level. So I think they have each lost 2 now, no pun intended. And we have a pin, uh, and a successful one. A legal pin attempt is successful, and Dory Funk Jr. retains the championship 32 minutes and 32 seconds. And no blood in the match. It was 166 off of damage for Funk Jr., 170 off for 2. And the champion has squeaked by here in Atlanta. 2 gave him a very tough bout, but not to be. So Dory Funk Jr. will move to the Mid-East, I guess you could say, the Central Combine of the United States, and he'll be either defending his championship in Detroit, Minneapolis, St. Louis, or Memphis. I haven't done the draw as to where he goes next yet, which I will get to at the end of the week. So we don't know who Dory Funk Jr. will be facing yet, but 2 gave a hell of an effort and just came away a little bit short at 32:02. Dory Funk Jr. retains the heavyweight championship. And this has been Big Polly coming to you once again here on GSW. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. And bye-bye for now, everybody.